Coming up, the government has implemented a new examination to facilitate a smoother transition to secondary school called the Primary Exit Profile. Then, from farm to cup, from March 23 to 25, as Jamaica hosts a coffee festival in St. Andrew. These and other exciting features to come within the half hour, so stay tuned as you're watching Jamaica Magazine, and I'm your host, Adrian Atkins.
The Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology is now accepting applications for the 2018 National Innovative Competition under the theme Recognizing Excellence in Innovation. Submit entries to any of our 11 categories to win cash grants and trophies. Applications must bear the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office's JIPO seal to indicate authenticity of submission. Applications must be mailed or delivered to Mrs. Andrea Carr, Coordinator for the Innovation Awards Secretariat at the Scientific Research Council SRC. For more information, call 1-876-927-1771 or visit the SRC website www.src.gov.jm. Application closes Monday, April 30, 2018.
Come March 2019, GSAT will be no more. But don't worry, the government has already implemented its replacement, the Primary Exit Profile, also known as PEP.
Since 1999, the Grade 6 Achievement Test GSAT has been the standard examination for primary school students to matriculate to secondary school. But after years of analyzing the challenges associated with GSAT, the government has formulated a new high school placement test for the nation's children. The Primary Exit Profile, or PEP, is aimed at providing a profile of where a student is academically by testing the entrance strengths, weaknesses, and readiness for Grade 7.
PEP will assess students' knowledge in addition to placing increased emphasis on assessing students' skill of communication, critical thinking, and creativity.
The academic profile will be generated from Grade 1 and will be aligned to the National Standards Curriculum.
But the advantages of PEP include more accurate evidence-based information in terms of students' performance will be available. Students' completion of the curriculum and their progress will be monitored more regularly. More opportunities will be provided for teachers to identify students' strengths and weaknesses and therefore plan lessons to meet the specific needs of each student.
Unlike GSAT, which has 5 areas, PEP focuses on 3 key components: performance task, an ability test, and a curriculum-based test. Similar to school-based assessments, the performance task consists of real-world scenarios
that will require students to apply their knowledge and skills from the following subject areas: mathematics, science, language arts, and social studies.
Performance tasks will be administered in grades 4, 5, and 6 by the student's classroom teacher. The ability test will be sat in grade 6 and requires students to read analytically and use quantitative reading skills to respond to questions.
Ability tests generally assess students' aptitude in areas of numeracy, verbal and nonverbal ability, and abstract thinking ability. This will assess grade 6 content only, and in the areas of mathematics, science, social studies, and language arts. This test will consist of multiple choice items along with other structured and essay-type questions.
The ability test under PEP will represent 30% of the final score, while the curriculum-based and performance tests will together account for 70% of the profile grade.
PEP will therefore be implemented on a phased basis. Students who are currently in grade 5 will be the first PEP cohort. They will, however, do only the grade 6 components in 2019.
The curriculum-based test will be administered in April 2019. Students currently in Grade 4 will do their Grade 5 performance task in 2019 and the ability and curriculum-based tests in 2020.
Students who are currently, however, in Grade 3 will be the first cohort that will do the performance task from Grade 4 up to Grade 6. So therefore, those students who are currently in Grade 3 will do their Grade 4 performance task in 2019, Grade 5 performance task in 2020, and of course, they will do the Grade 6 components, including the abilities tests and the Grade 6 performance task component in 2021.
Introducing students to critical thinking, creativity and communication from an early age through PEP is evidence of the government's commitment to providing students who are better equipped for the workforce.
The end game is that everyone, which is the aspiration, will graduate with the equivalent of an associate degree by the end of Grade 13.
Let's get a little breeze on this land. All right. Now let's get some bounce in the rhythm. All right. Let's get some fire on our hearts. Now that is what we call all right. Run, come, get some Jamaica.
Jamaica is famous for our rich Blue Mountain coffee. Tourists and locals alike will travel from near and far just to get a taste. This year, from March 23 to 25, Jamaica will be hosting the Coffee Festival in Newcastle, St. Andrew.
Coffee is Jamaica's most famous bean. There's no question about that. Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee makes one of the world's best brews. That's the positive reputation the tourism ministry seeks to capitalize on as the country hosts the inaugural Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Festival, March 23 to 25 at Newcastle, in the cool hills of the country's highest peak.
We, the members of the Jamaica Coffee Exporters Association, are extremely delighted to endorse and be a part of this year's staging of the Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Festival in association with the Tourism Linkage Council, the Tourism and the Agricultural Ministries.
After crude oil, coffee is the most sought-after commodity in the world. Its export is estimated at $20 billion, mostly consumed by industrialized countries such as Japan and the United Kingdom. Coffee is Jamaica's gold. It is a major income earner for the country, with about 7,000 coffee farmers across the island.
Based on recent reports from the Coffee Industry Board, the coffee industry generates last year some $17 million in export. The value chain of the Jamaican coffee industry starts from the coffee fields in rural communities to our factories, some in rural communities and others in industrial zones, to our hotels, supermarkets, inbound shops, in resort areas, and of course, to the world, namely Japan, United States, Europe, China, Taiwan, just to name a few countries.
We're exploring various options for the products, and we would like to expand the coffee industry such that the pharmaceutical industry, the beauty and cosmetic sector, and gastronomy will look to the hills, our hills in East Rural, as the source for sustenance.
Now that you're reminded of the value and potency of the Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee, let's find out what will be the features of the festival.
This signature festival will be a 3-day celebration of all things coffee, with lots of sampling, food demonstrations, workshops, exhibitors' booths, live entertainment, a barista competition, and the opportunity to purchase high-quality coffee and other products. It is definitely a must to be there event for coffee lovers and aficionados. The festival will also bring together local and international coffee connoisseurs, coffee suppliers, foodies, and other interested parties from local, regional, and international markets, including Cayman, Trinidad and Tobago, and Barbados, as well as the UK, the USA, Europe, and Canada. Our intention is to build out a series of experiences around one of our most iconic brands.
Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Festival, another notch in promoting the country as a gastronomy destination.
The Montego Bay Cultural Center is located in the historic parish of St. James. It is the home to many artifacts that have not only helped to shape the parish's history, but also the islands. Here's why you should visit.
The Montego Bay Cultural Center opened its doors on July 11, 2014. It has a commitment to retaining Jamaica's rich history while promoting and developing its artistic treasures. Today, it is the home of the National Gallery West, which is an extension of the National Gallery of Jamaica and the National Museum West. It also hosts a multi-purpose town hall and Freedom Monument. The Freedom Monument chronicles the names of the slaves who were harshly sentenced for their participation in the Christmas Rebellion. National hero Sam Sharp was hanged on the front cobblestone of what is now the Montego Bay Cultural Center for his leadership of this rebellion. The Montego Bay Cultural Center focuses on edutainment. The experienced staff is equipped with the knowledge and enthusiasm to ensure your experience will be memorable.
One of the main goals I think all the entities and the cultural center itself has is the concept of edutainment. It's really not just about educating but also entertaining, making it not a place that needs to be a chore to visit for our school constituents.
Through an influx of cruise ship passengers along with local visitors, the center experiences a growing number of 800 to 1,000 visitors on a monthly basis. The National Museum West has an assortment of artifacts that speak to the history of Montego Bay and the wider Jamaica. Exhibits like From Montego Bay to the World capture the development of the city from the days of the Taínos onwards to independent Jamaica. Other exhibits spotlight important groups like the Rastafarians. When one moves to the National Gallery West, Jamaica's rich cultural heritage will continue to unfold through artistic creations. Along these walls, visitors will find works by Montego Bay-based artists Michael Lester and Marcia Bates. Views from this spectacular interactive projection exhibit by David Gomes from Martinique are awe-inspiring. The Montego Bay Cultural Center is aiding the Ministry of Education in reintroducing civics in the curriculum. It has hosted a 2-week summer program for students, facilitating in-depth learning of the arts and our culture. On your next visit to this dynamic facility, You are encouraged to take along any artifacts, historic information, or personal items that you may be willing to contribute to Jamaica's historic archives. The Montego Bay Cultural Center is being financed by the Tourism Enhancement Fund, but achieving sustainable funding is its ultimate goal. To help with that, the center operates a gift shop where you can purchase souvenirs and Montego Bay Cultural Center branded apparel. It also generates revenue through the car park, town hall, and the collection of admission fees. Admission to the center is $400 Jamaican or $8 US. Students and teachers enter free. It is opened Tuesdays to Sundays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So what are you waiting on? Visit the Montego Bay Cultural Center today and prepare to be edutained.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
Jamaicans communicate with each other not just through words and symbols, but through music. It has been said that our music has helped to shape our culture and who we are as a people. As we near the end of Reggae Month, let's go on a musical journey.
Relax, man, we'll soon get there. In fact, we are here, the Institute of Jamaica. This is where we're going.
What is this, Grandpa?
When you go in, you'll see. Come on, let's go.
Oh, where's a carry me someplace me no want go.
You say you want to be a musician? Well, you have to come here. Let me show you where the music is coming from. Step inside. See, this is where I want it to come. You see how far Jamaican music coming from, Kadim? These are Tainas, the first people, and see, they're playing drums and dancing. And look at these African instruments. That's when the first Africans came to Jamaica. Now, I bet you don't know what this instrument is.
Rumba box?
It is a rumba box, and you hear that in what kind of music now?
Mento.
Mento, that's what makes the mento music so sweet. Now, look at this. This is jazz music. Jamaica had a rich tradition of jazz. Coming right out of Alpha Boys School, you see it? Right after jazz, the same jazz musicians were playing R&B.
I found my thrill.
That came from America. And when the R&B dried up from America, then they started making Jamaican R&B. Jamaican turned the R&B around and made their own Jamaican style of R&B music, which then led to ska.
It was the beginning of independence. Ska was looked upon as the new sound of Jamaica. We find in our own identity, not following the American R&B or the ballad or the middle of the road kind of music that was coming from North America and Europe. And so it was very nationalist in its outlook and output.
Gather together, be brothers and sisters, we're independent. Join hands to hands, children starting to dance, we're independent. Oh, peace and blue. The Lord is still with you. God bless, no one curse. Thank God I'm not the worst.
Seems like the music always speak about social issues.
A lot of the music is about social issues. After all, life is music and music is life. After ska, you got Rocksteady.
Rocksteady, the rhythm, the ska still continue, but the bass rock, and the guitar and the piano, ska same way, but the bass, the emphasis on the bass, so yeah, fall back on you.
Well, it look as if we can hear music here.
I like this, Grandpa.
This
nice.
is Rocksteady. No, you should have seen me and your grandmother in those days. Rocking steady.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Yes. That's Alton Ellis, you know.
Yeah.
Great Rocksteady singer. But we turn down the people things here. Next thing, then throw us out of here. And go back to watch this thing.
But Grandpa, you've been talking about Jamaican music for how long now? And until now, I haven't heard anything about reggae.
Well, we're coming right up to reggae now. Here we are, reggae. Well, first of all, many people say that reggae was born at Sir Coxson's Studio 1 on Brentford Road.
Clement Dad brought a piece of machinery to the studio for about a year. It was sitting there. And no one knew exactly what to do with it. And so they hooked it up one day and decided to implement it. And they discovered it was a tape delay. And so they hooked it into the machine and they started doing it into the recording. So when they put the guitar sound through the tape delay, it comes back saying, the rest of studios hearing this recording out, they thought it was the guitar making that and just copied that, and that was the birth of reggae music.
I want to do the reggae, girl, with you. Yeah, come on to me.
Here are some of the great artists who came out of that. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bonnie Livingston, the Wailers, Burning Spear, and so on. Now, reggae was also a way of life. It was the greatest advertisement for Rastafari.
I think it's my time to teach you a little bit.
What can you teach me?
Come right here, sir.
Oh, dancehall. I know that's when you were going to get happier.
It was also a little bit different in the 80s where you have more artists that come and you have to compete with artists like every day, and the dancehall vibes. When you go into the dancehall, you know, you have to just hold the mic to get a bus. And now it's different. You just have a CD, go to the radio station and get some airplay.
The 90s had these persons like Beenie Man, Lady Saw, and Bounty Killer. Okay. Up to today, Beenie Man and Bounty Killer still have swag. Right now, we have producers that are artists that are producers, and radio jocks who are doing both. With technology, the music is now diverse.
We are accepting music on a broader scale. One time gone till you want to hear hip-hop music or techno music being playing in a dance setting. And that is happening right now. A lot of pop music is being accepted. Disco music, techno music, electro house music is being accepted right now. Hip-hop music is widely accepted right now. So we as Jamaican, we are listening to a wide cross-section of music.
That means that we took music and turned it into Jamaican music, and we have given it back to the world, and everything has now come together. Kadim, the tour done. See, it wasn't that bad after all.
For real, Grandpa. Really inspired by all of this. Well, out of many, we're really one music.
And you might yet become a good musician.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Yes.
Skilled person. So I love to explore and I love to pull and fix. I'm curious about life and what it's worth.
I'm a part of the Special Olympics team for Westmoreland.
I'm also a Special Olympian. I'm proud to be one.
I have a lot of medals, but the bad thing about it is not a lot of gold, but it's medals.
As the first race I ran, I came dead last.
A guy run left me. And this year, I went back to Kingston and I make up my mind and say, you know what?
I don't make no Kenyan person run with me again.
Because guess what? I want it 1 out of 1. I don't want to be 2-0.
So I take it and for the whole week, I train until that the race will come. I'm win it by far.
And accomplish, will achieve.
The experience was nice. I learned some new things. And every time I can take shortcuts in our work.
Thank you for the National Youth Service. I think God put it on this earth really for people with disability. It is a great program, a wonderful program. It helped me to realize a lot of things in this world so I can think about other things and go at them. Not just sit at home and playing games, watching TV, because I know that won't help me.
We have been privileged to go through this experience with all of these young persons. It has been both a learning experience for us, the staff at the NYS, as well as the young persons. We saw the young persons developing their own personal and professional skills. If you or someone you know has an intellectual disability, you can refer them to the National Youth Service, where our program fully caters to their personal and professional needs, where we will be sure to assist them in transitioning into the world of work.
The National Youth Service, empowering Jamaica's young people.
We're at the end of another Jamaica magazine. Hoping you found our program informative. Send us your feedback to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. Visit our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter to stay informed and download our app on your Google and Android devices. You can also visit our website, jis.gov.jm, for more information. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.